Welcome everyone to another edition of OTRS Triple Threat. What this is every Sunday that there isn't a pay-per-view for WWE or TNA, you're going to get a video from us talking about three different topics. One member of OTRS talking about a topic, another talking about another, and another talking about another. This week's edition is going to feature Metal D talking about something WrestleMania related, Mike talking about storyline continuity, and myself talking about something with TNA and Lockdown that has me bothered a little bit.
Now, I understand a lot of you are complaining that really we only have three matches going into WrestleMania at this point. And I can understand and I can appreciate that. But what you also have to think about, yeah, there isn't a match yet for Ziggler. There's not a match yet for The Shield. There's not a match yet for Barrett, Sheamus. I can go on and on and on. But one thing you have to remember is that at the time that I'm recording this, there's still 5 Raws left. That's 15 hours. There's still 5 SmackDowns left. That's another 10 hours. Okay, give or take an hour or two because of Triple H promos. But that's a lot of programming to set WrestleMania up. Yeah, there's a lot to do. They got a lot of setup to do, but they got a lot of time to do it, and they don't really have to build toward the pay-per-view or anything except for one pay-per-view, and that's WrestleMania. There's nothing in between. So I say this. Give the WWE a chance. I think they're going to work out something good here, and I think that everybody will be happy going into WrestleMania by the time this is all said and done. That's my thought on it. Whether you agree with it or not, too bad. That's my thought.
The Shield is not part of the WWE roster. Now, sure, these guys all came up from NXT, as has been noted, but so did Brad Maddox. And Brad Maddox had to wrestle to get a contract for WWE, which he did not get, but he found a different job. Whereas with The Shield, they come out every week. They're supposed to be these mercenaries hired by Paul Heyman. You know, saying that they're not part of the roster because they were hired by Paul Heyman, yet their theme music is played. WWE's selling their theme on iTunes. They're supposed to be this invading faction. That's why they don't come down the ramp, because they're supposed to be against the roster. It just doesn't make sense. It's something storyline-wise that hasn't been touched upon. It's similar to Aces and Eights, and the fact that they're this invading faction that TNA doesn't have them under contract, yet TNA is selling their t-shirts on their website. It just doesn't make sense.
So one of TNA's Big 4 pay-per-views, Lockdown, is coming up next Sunday. And as I look at the card, one thing really stands out to me, and maybe this is just me nitpicking, maybe this is just me overthinking things. But am I the only one that now we're in 2013 that is just at least a little bit bothered by having a Jeff Hardy versus Bully Ray match for the TNA World title? Think about this. These are two guys that over a decade ago were mid-carding tag team matches at WrestleMania for the WWF. Now in 2013, with Jeff Hardy in his mid-30s and Bully Ray in his early 40s, these two guys that people know from another place are now the two guys that are going to be main eventing your show, fighting over your company's World Heavyweight Championship. This has been a running theme with TNA since its inception. Not being able to effectively walk that balance between featuring new, fresh, young talents while incorporating names that people know and names from the past and names from other places. It's always been, we start to tease you with these young guys. No, we're going to force Hulk Hogan and Sting down your throat, brother. I mean, look at when Hogan and Bischoff first came in 2010. You had frickin' Scott Hall and damn X-Pac and all these older old fucks. You got guys in their 40s arguing and feuding with guys in their 50s who are feuding with guys in their damn 60s. But you even look at the Aces and Eights match that's going to happen at Lockdown. The Lethal Lockdown match is still primarily revolving around Aces and Eights, whose public face at this point is Devon, who's 40. Sting, on the other side, who's captaining the other team, is in his 50s. Who's in Collusion is on the same side as somebody in Hogan who's damn near 60. At some point in time, when is TNA going to go into a full-bore youth movement where they say, okay, we'll maybe utilize 1 or 2 legends here and there two names from the past, perhaps. But we're not going to fill our card with a bunch of them. We need to stop focusing on getting to April and May of 2013. We need to start focusing on where we're going to be as a company in 2014, 15, 16, 17, and so on and so forth. I mean, I don't get why TNA continues to always seem to want to push these older guys down their throats. And you might say guys like Aries and Rude aren't exactly WWE rejects. That's true. But those guys are tag team champions right now. They're not in that big aces and eights versus Team Sting match. And they sure as hell aren't in the TNA World title match right now, are they? We want this triple threat to be interactive. So make sure you share in the comments down below what you think about what Metal D said about all the time that's left to still build up the rest of the WrestleMania card. What you think about what Mike said in terms of what's going on with the Shield and even to a lesser degree with Aces and Eights, as he talked about, and storyline continuity. Why are groups that aren't technically a part of the roster having their shit shilled by the companies that they're trying to invade? I think it's a fair point. And let me know what you think. You know, I don't have anything against Jeff Hardy, really. I don't have anything against Bully Ray. But is it, for you, is it like it is for me, where it's a representation of no matter how much shit changes for TNA, it ultimately ends up staying the same because you still have two former WWE stars main eventing one of TNA's Big Four pay-per-views over the world title? Let me know down below. Let us know down below. Video response too, by all means.